Shalom. Call hello Allah Yahweh by Hashem Shah, which means all praises to Yahweh, which is the true name of Heavenly Father, who you people in the world can call God. By Hashem, in the name of Yahweh Shah, which is the name of the only begotten Son, who you people in the world can call Jesus Christ. Once again, the true name is Heavenly and His Heavenly Father, Yahweh by Hashem Shah, of the Heavenly Father, His only begotten Son, Salakia, is Yahweh by Hashem Shah. Shalom also to you, Akim, you brothers that's pushing and spreading this word throughout the four corners of the earth, who's also uplifted the names Yahweh Bashim Shah. Shalom to you, Akim. Shalom also to Israelite foreigners, the speckled bird, man, woman, and child, whose bloodline traces back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All forefathers, though you may look like the heathen nations just scattered amongst which the heathen nations, as you see on this chart, of the nations starting from 2-1 down, those are the heathen nations. Also, if your bloodline, your lineage goes back to these people, as you see on this chart, through the man, and if his spirit bear witness with his word is truthful, you can receive it to the speckled bird, man, woman, the child. This does apply to you. Then you are Israelites, though you do look like the heathen you scattered amongst, due to the scattering of these people in the chart. So once again, you will have Israelites come looking like the other nations, but then the Israelites, because they're under the curses of Deuteronomy 28 to 15 verse, all the way to the 68 verse, their spirit bear witness with his word that they're the sons and daughters of Yahweh Shema Shah. Most importantly, their lineage goes back to these people through the man. No matter what they come looking like, their father's an Israelite, that makes them an Israelite as well. Also to the few Aqua, few Israelites sisters that do listen, learn, believe, and have respect towards your husband, Shalom. To the elect of the nation of Israel, Shalom to you as well. To you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you combine, consist and make up the 12 tribes of Israel. You are the Hebrew Israelites, the chosen people of the Most High, Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, who the world calls JC, Yahweh Shah. Alright. And just gonna play this.
Penn Place and sits at the corner of Army Navy Drive and Southeast Street in Pentagon City. If approved, this means more spaces for retail, offices, walkways, and the helix. At 350 feet tall, the helix isn't just visually different. It's visually the standout of Amazon's latest plan for its second headquarters.
Both meant to infuse nature into this place, but also is inspired by nature.
It's an alternative workplace that would be open to an artist in residence program, and spiraling outdoor pathways lined with trees and plants from Virginia.
Quite interesting for us as designers to really explore that and push that as far as we can in terms of how that building is designed and built.
It's all part of the Phase 2 proposal that would be built on a property called Penn Place, alongside 3 22-story towers with nearly 3 million square feet of office space. The project includes a child care center, a 100,000 square feet area for retail, and more than 2 acres of public green space.
It's a place that people are going to want to travel to as a destination.
Amazon submitted its planned site to Arlington County officials in hopes of breaking ground by early 2022, but after a thorough review and heavy input from the community.
These are long-term investments. These buildings aren't opening until 2025, and I'm very hopeful that we will be in a much different place by then.
In 2019, the board approved the first phase of construction.
Well, what does the scripture say? That the hope of the wicked shall perish. Alright? Ain't gonna happen. Now, if we are going into 2022, alright, your destruction is nigh at hand. But what made me do a video on this is, if you go back,
But also is inspired by nature.
It's an alternative
workplace. Look at that building. What does it look like? All right, let's look it up on I have the blue letter. All right, let's look up the Helix building. All right, so that's what you just saw right in the image, right? This building right here. So what does it remind you of? The Tower of Babel. Okay, a person that don't know what the hell is going on, they will look at that as just some, some insane, some, crazy, or some fantastic creation. All right, all it is the Tower of Babel all over again. You see? Because if you look at the Tower of Babel, check this out. Literally, that's exactly the same thing that the Amazon building was shaped like. Okay, and let me go to that account of Nimrod, right? Because what did Nimrod build the Tower of Babel to do? Okay? Alright. Let me see where I'm going to start at. Okay, I'm going to start here. And we're going to jump, alright, to the next chapter. Just so it can make so much sense. But this is Genesis 10 and 1 says, "Nay, these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And out of those nations, out of those three, Shem, Ham, and Japheth came nations, right? And unto them were sons born after the flood." Because this was right after the Lord flooded the earth. It says, "The sons of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, and Madai, and Javan, and Tubal, and Meshach, and Tyrus. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, Rephath, and Togarmah," says, "and the sons of Javan, Elisha, and Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodanim. By these were the isles of the Gentiles divided in their lands, everyone after his tongue, after their families and their nations. And the sons of Ham, Cush, and Mizraim, Phut, and Canaan. And the sons of Cush, Seba, and Havilah, Sabta, Raamah, and Septeka. And the sons of Raamah, Sheba, and Dedan. And Cush begat Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth," right? So, let me keep going. So Nimrod, right? And Cush begat, Nimrod was Cush, is Ethiopia, right? The Ethiopians. "He began to be a mighty one in the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah, wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord." All right. "And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, and Erech, and Akkad, and Calneh, and the land of Shinar," right? So check that out. He became a mighty one in the earth. If you look up Babel, okay, Babel or Babylon, confusion by mixing, okay, the ancient site or the capital of Babylonia, situated in Euphrates. So what did it says confusion by mixing, right? And what did Nimrod want to do? All right, this is Genesis 11, and I started 1. "And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. And it came to pass as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And it says, and they said one to another, Go to, let us make brick and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach onto heaven. And let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded. And the Lord said, Behold, the people is one, they have all one language. And this they begin to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them which they have imagined to do." So what Nimrod wanted to do, all right, was he wanted to make everybody, basically this was the first attempt of a new world order. Okay? Let's just put it that way. It was the first attempt of a new world order. All right? So Lord, he caught wind of it. All right? So pick up where I left off. Let me read the 6th verse again. It says, "And the Lord Yahweh said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. And this they began to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. Let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech." Showing you what? The Lord, he's about division. All right, this whole thing about God loves everybody, we all the same. No, the Lord, all right, he made all particular nations, okay, the way they were, okay, he put them in particular lands, they do particular things. All right, if that was the case, why does it say for our people, to Micah 2:10, "Arise ye and depart, for this place is not your rest. For it is polluted, the city is polluted, and it will destroy with a sword destruction." Deuteronomy 7:6 says what? That we are a holy people. If you go into the word holy, what does it mean? It means separate. All right? Showing the Lord is not about, all right, everybody under one banner. You see? So he went down there and said, so the Lord Yahweh scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. All right. Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did confound the language of all the earth, and from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth. All right, so he broke that up, man. He broke that madness up. Now keep in mind, like I said, this was the first attempt of a new world order, trying to get everybody under one language, one religion. All right, one mind. And the same in Esau, who is a so-called white man, he's doing the same thing. All right. Why is Amazon building what they call the helix, but it's really just a modern and a smaller version of the Tower of Babel, man. All right. And another thing is, he tried to build it all the way up to the heavens, to reach in the heavens, man. What was he trying to be? He was trying to be the Most High. And Esau is the same thing. So really, real quick. All right. Because let me actually get Ecclesiastes 4, or actually 1, I think. It's Ecclesiastes 1. And I think it's 9. Okay? Or 8. I'll start at 8. Ecclesiastes 1 and 8. It says, all things are full of labor. Man cannot utter it. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the air filled with hearing. The thing that had been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It had been already of old time, which was before us, man. There is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after, man. So this is nothing new. Everything Esau does, whether it's, it's particular rituals, enchantments, even the way he structures, particular cities, is all ancient, idols, just ancient idols, man. All right, ancient idols, ancient rituals, all these things, everything that they practice is all ancient things. It's nothing new. But he in his mindset, he believes he's doing something different. He thinks he's doing something out the box. And this is why this is Babylon the Great. All he did was take all these ancient world customs, all these wicked customs, and combine them all into one. That's why this is called Babylon the Great. Okay? But this is Genesis going into Genesis 25. Okay, I'm gonna just get to the point, dealing with the birth of Jacob and Esau, because what did it say about Nimrod? He was a mighty one on the earth. He was a mighty hunter, right? So check this out. This is Genesis 25, and just get to the point. And actually 24 says, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, talking about Rebecca, behold, there were twins in the womb, and the first came out red all over, like an hairy garment. Speaking to Esau, because he's red, he's not white. All right? He's not white at all. He's red. He's like a pinkish red. And they call his name Esau. All right? Which means Esau is Edom, right? Which Edom is red. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name is called Jacob. That's us. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare him. And the boys grew. And Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. So check that out. It says he was a cunning hunter, all right? A man in the field, just like it said about Nimrod. All right. Nimrod was a mighty hunter. Which I'm not saying, Nimrod is an Edomite. No. I'm just saying it's saying the same, similar. But the word for cunning, I accidentally backed out of it, is Yadah. Let me see. There's a lot of definitions for this. All right. It says skillful, a man's skill, surety, teach, understanding will be. All right. And this double when it comes to hunting, whether it's animals, when it's people, different land masses or just life in general. All right, he's skillful at that. Punishment. That's what he is. All right, so it said he's a cunning hunter, right? A man in the field, man. You see that mighty hunter, right? And what is he trying to do? Esau is doing the same thing that he did with the Tower of Babel. All right, that Nimrod did with the Tower of Babel, Salaki. Okay, this is Isaiah 14. We're just gonna get to the point. Okay, in 13, it says, "For thou hast said in thy heart," and speaking to Esau, "I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh." Okay, and I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. All right, and what does he do? We were the first ones to go to the moon. They got satellites in the space. They just which Lord willing, I'll do a video on it. They just did another space launching project, which I believe that's the elites trying to escape. It's just one of their ways to try and escape what's coming. All right, but they got all these things in the sky. They got Space Force. All right, that's them saying I will ascend into heaven. The airplanes that take people from one country to another. You know, that's him saying that he will ascend into heaven, right? The same thing Nimrod said. Nimrod wanted to reach the top of heaven. And it says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. All right? And that's the same thing Nimrod did. Okay? But real quick, we're going to get Psalms 2. Psalms 2 and 1. This is what he wants. And the finishing move on his agenda, all right, is what? Microchipping, the whole entire planet, man. Well, actually cutting down, the population, I believe, according to Georgia Guidestones, to 500 million, if I'm not mistaken. Okay? And the remaining of those people, which most of those people they want to cut down, as you tribes, you Israelites, all right, you are the ones they want to get rid of, and the ones that they don't get rid of, they want to microchip you. They want to put a chip in you, all right, the MOB, all right. That's what they want to do. They want to microchip the masses, man. Okay, that's the whole thing. And what's that? To have everybody under one, basically, if you look on the back of their $1 bill, the $1 bill, Salakia, what do you see? You see a pyramid showing this is ancient. This is Egypt. All right, modern Egypt, Egypt 2.0. All right, but what do you see on it? All seeing eye. They want to microchip the masses, so they can control everything you do. They can know your whereabouts. They can know what you're thinking. All right, they want to be like the Most High. All right, and another reason them satellites in the sky, these different phones that you got, what does it do? It tracks you. So he wants to track everything about you. He wants to track your whereabouts. He wants to track your mind. All right, he wants to track everything, what you purchase. All right, basically the same thing Nimrod tried to do. All right, he tried to be the Most High. All right, it's the same thing they're doing right now. There's nothing new under the sun. All right, this Psalms 2 and 1 says, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? All right, the kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, and against his anointed, which is his people, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast their cords away from us. All right, and this is what they want to do. They basically, what they at least want to do, really, at the end of the day, is they want to extend this blessing of theirs, this temporary blessing that was given to him by Isaac. Okay, before he croaked. This is what they want to do. They're trying to prolong their rulership. Psalms 49:11. Their inward thought is that their house shall dwell from generation to generation. That's what they wanted to keep it doing. All right, because they know when they go down this one last time, that's it. Ain't no coming back after that. It tells you that in Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to stop, for one, the second coming of Yahweh, and they're trying to stop us from coming into power, man. It's not going to work, man. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, shall have them in derision. All right? You in the trick bag, man. All right? But it says, then shall he speak unto them in his wrath and vex them in his sore displeasure, man. He's going to put a halt, all right, to your agenda, man. Let me get that. That's in Job, man. He's setting it up right now. Okay? Your boy Biden, the laws that he's putting into place, people don't understand that they're closing in on you people's so-called liberty. All right? They're taking away your so-called freedom, inch by inch, piece by piece. You know, legislation by legislation. Okay? And Jake, you're not reacting to nothing. Jake just going along to get along. These Edomites and even some of these other heathens, all right, they're bucking up against it because they understand what's taking place right now. You're seeing protests in Russia. You're seeing protests everywhere. Just look it up. Which that's another sign. What we at the end of this man's rulership. So, Second Ezra, the 9th chapter goes into that. All right. Isaiah the 19th chapter, Egyptian versus Egyptian. That's mostly speaking here of America, but these people in general in this system. All right. That's what's happening. But the Lord's gonna put put an end to this agenda that they have in mind, just like He did Nimrod. You know, and really, them building that helix, which they want to call the helix. All right, that's really just you making mockery of the Lord in His face. Because if he took Nimrod down for doing that, why would you turn around and do the same things? Because this man's proud. All right, he doesn't believe, like it says in Psalms the 10th chapter 6th verse. I shall never be moved, neither shall I never be in adversity, man. But guess what? This is what the Lord got for you. This is Job 20:20. It says, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. Your new world order, man. All right. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him, which is the laborers. All right. These people. All right. Because most likely, the majority of those people back during the time of Nimrod, they was down for that. And you see a lot of these people that's obeying, these mask mandates. They're willing to take the vaccine, knowing that people are dropping dead or getting even worse, sick. People that's driving down the road with a mask on their face in their own car, nobody in it. People wearing what's them masks that they wear when they welding. I see people wearing those, man. See, those people, they're gonna be all for it, man. Especially when all hell breaks loose and they lose, all these comforts, being able to go to the store. You already lost being able to go to the bar and, club. You lost that already. But I mean, just the last little bit of some comfort that these people have, man. All right? And that's stripped away. These people gonna be willing to do it, man. The only ones that's not gonna be willing to do it is Yahweh Shema Shai's elect, man. That's it. Everybody outside that expect the worst from them, man. This is the word for wicked. It says amal. It says laborer, suffer, a wretched one. All right? The workmen. These average, everyday 9 to 5 people. You see? The poor. That's who's going to come against them. It's already happening. This man's having a hard time just trying to roll this thing out. Because, for one, the word how about Shema Shai is out. That's why you want to do away with the internet. Then you guys own people exposing them. So this is what's happening. Okay? It's not gonna work, man. You just doing the same thing, that that these ancient heathens did. What's the saying in the world? Quickly paraphrasing it. All right? When you do the same thing, what are you gonna get? You're gonna get the same results. And that's what he's gonna find out. Okay? This is Obadiah 1 and 3. It says, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks. Which we know that's Esau, man. All right? Whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? All right? And I bet Nimrod, going back to Nimrod, he probably thought the same thing. He was mighty in the earth, right? He was probably a superpower at that time, He was probably boasting against the Most High. He probably thought he would never go down. But where is he now? All right? Where is he now? How much more you? Let me read it again. It says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks. whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah, man. Alright? And that's what the Lord's gonna do. He's gonna bring you down, man. Alright? He's gonna bring you down. He's gonna make you, he's gonna let the world see and let you know that you're nothing but just a man. Okay? And this is actually what I wanted. But the other one was alright as well. It says Malachi 1:4, right? It says, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return to build the desolate places, which they did this plenty of times. They did this mainly during the time of the Dark Ages, because during the Dark Ages, all right, the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, the so-called Negroid tribes, we had them in captivity, all right? And then what happened? Prophecy took an effect. Satan must be loosed out of his prison for a little season. And when it came back in power, starting with the Renaissance. They covered the images of our forefathers that were the original rulers and judges, all right? And then from there, they just started their rampage, you know? And what do you got? America, you see? But it says, but we will return to build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, because you're the wicked, and the people against whom the Lord hath an indignation forever. And your eyes shall see, and ye shall say, the Lord will be magnified from the border of Israel, because he's trying to magnify himself with this new order, which he's already magnified on the planet Earth. But the Lord's going to knock that name that he has on the planet Earth of being the mighty man, you know, the powers to be, out of their hands, man. Okay, let me get this. I believe that's Isaiah the 24th chapter. All right, the Lord's going to exalt his name, man. All right, so this is Isaiah 24. I start at 10. It says the city of confusion, which we know that's Babylon, right? Is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. There's a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. This is where we at. All right now. The mirth is gone. That's why people are spazzing out. That's why crime is going up. Because the mirth is gone. It's not the same anymore. All right? You got to wear a mask everywhere. It's over with. And the city is left desolation, and the gates smeared with destruction. When thus it shall be in the midst of the land among the people, there shall be a shaking of an olive tree, and as the gleaning of grapes when the vintage is done. All right, it says, I'm going to read again. It says 13, it says, when thus it shall be in the midst of the land among the people, there shall be as the shaking of an olive tree, and as the gleaning grapes when the vintage is done. And we know the vintage, real quick, just want to get that. It's bot, sir. It says the crop, the vintage, so not really much, you know. But it says right here, inaccessible. And what's going to be inaccessible? Different goods, you know. Just that average needs as you see right now. Everything's still somewhat normal, right? You still do particular things. You can still buy certain things, but that's going to be inaccessible real soon. It says, they shall lift up their voice. They shall sing for the majesty of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah. They shall cry aloud from the sea. Wherefore glorify ye the Lord in the fires, even the name of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah of Israel, in the isles of the sea. All right, and we know the waters is what? The nations, right? And this is what's being glorified. Yahweh Shema Shah, man. And Esau is trying to keep that name, that power, all right, on the earth, man. It's not going to work. All right, your name is what I'm speaking of. For the uttermost parts of the earth have we heard songs, even the glory to the righteous. But I said, my leanings, woe unto me. The treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously. Yeah, the treacherous dealers have dealt very treacherously. You Edomites, you're the treacherous dealer. Fear and pit and the snare are upon thee, O inhabitant of the earth. Okay? You. And it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fair shall fall into the pit. He that cometh up out of the mist of the pit shall be taken in the snare. For the windows from on high are open, and the foundations of the earth do shake. The earth is utterly broken down, the earth is clean, dissolved, the earth is moved exceedingly. The earth shall roll to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. What's going to fall and not rise again? Alright? And this is going into the missiles, man. When the missiles hit, it's going to destroy this place, man. Alright, and this place is going to fall, it's not going to rise again, man. Alright? And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord Yahweh Shema shall punish the hosts of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. You elites. Alright? The Lord's going to punish you. Okay? He's going to bring you down. Alright? He's going to tear down, okay, this tower. Alright? And it says, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in the prison. And after many days shall they be visited. Alright? And why are you gonna who are you gonna be visited by? Jeremiah 16:16. Alright? For the Lord shall send shall send many fishes, and they shall fish them. Which if you go in the New Testament, what did he tell certain disciples? He said, I will make you fishers of men. Who are we searching for? The elect. Then he's gonna turn those men into hunters, man. And that's who you're gonna be visited by. You're gonna be visited by the elect men, alright? And you also gonna be visited by the King of Terrors, which is Yahweh Shah. Isaiah the 63rd chapter. Who is that coming from Edom with dyed garments from Bosra, man? Alright? Then the moon shall be confounded, and the sun ashamed, when the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah of hosts shall reign in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem, and before his ancient gloriously, man. Alright? And that's what's gonna happen. You see? And this is the end game. Let me get one more. The noble shall no more be found. If I can find that one. This is what I actually meant to get. Hold on. Alright. Alright. This is Isaiah 34. We're gonna go there. Isaiah 34. Let's get to the point. This is Isaiah 34:12. It says, they shall call the nobles thereof the elites to the kingdom, but none shall be there. And all her princes shall be nothing, man. All your people, man. Alright? You at least are going to be on the bottom with Joe Sixpack. Just like Joe Sixpack on the bottom, because you sold them out on this side, you're going to be with them in the kingdom, man, to come. Alright? You ain't going to be, alright, in this position of power, calling the shots. You know? Working witchcraft and evil behind the scenes. And play it off like you're not doing anything. That's going to be over with, man. Alright? And thorns shall come up in her palaces, nettles and brambles in the fortresses thereof, and it shall be an habitation of dragons in the court for owls. And that's the point, because this is basically just going into the destruction of this place. See, everything goes full circle around what? The destruction of this place and the downfall of the heathen, man. All right, that's what it goes to. You see? So that's it. You know what? Let me get one more thing. Alright, we're gonna end it off on this. Probably like Psalms 46. Alright, I'm gonna end it off on this. Just Psalms 46. Because these people ain't hitting on nothing, man. And 10. Be still and know that I am Yahweh. I will be exalted among the heathen. The Lord's gonna put his name back on the earth, man. Alright? That name, Yahweh by Shemal Shah, it will, alright, be feared like it once was, man. Before this man came back into power, man. Alright, his name will be glorified one way or another, man. Alright, let me read it again. Be still and know that I am Yahweh, and I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord Yahweh by Shemal Shah of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Selah. Alright. Call the Lord Yahweh by Shemal Shah. Yahweh Ratazadis was edifying. Baba Gasha, Abba Babo, Abba Babo, Abba Ha Ayapia, Abba Ha Ayapia. Shalom to the elect, to the few Akwaf that do listen learn. Shalom, endure. Hawad, Hayah, La Yahweh by Shemal Shah. Shalom.